Welcome to Gold Derby. I'm senior editor Denton Davidson here with the queen, the legend, the mother of Black Hollywood, and the artist formerly known as Miss Cleocatra on the Masked Singer. Jenifer Lewis. Miss Lewis, this is the first time I've said this. I want to recount. How did this happen? Because you were so fantastic. What were your thoughts when you found out you had been eliminated?
Well, I don't know if you've heard, but I had an accident, and I was still convalescing when Masked Singer called. Just FYI, I'm doing great now, everybody. I'm doing great. I did the physical therapy. I want to drop to tell everybody, when you fall, no matter how you fall, out of relationship, out with your parents, out with a friend, get up. I have a very triumphant testimony now. I was nearly killed in Africa. I fell. So the bitch is back. Okay. So now with that out of the way, Masked Singer called me and I couldn't walk at the time. So my friends encouraged me, get up and go do what you love to do. And the Masked Singer, well, they were brilliant. They took care of me. You know, I was still on a walker. And if you look closely, Denton, you'll see I'm bolted down. I'm not using the lower half of my body.
Okay.
They had bolted me to the floor in a harness. And the second song, you'll notice I don't let go of the microphone, which is bolted down. Wow. So they really disguised the injury and worked with me on that. But baby, when somebody asks me to sing in front of a live audience, it's over. If I can move one finger, I'm going to give you all I got.
Well, we got all you got. I love that the spin you put on Waterfalls. It's like a jazz version. You have a deep musical knowledge. Do you insert your diva power and say, I'm taking control, or do you let them guide the ship a little bit in the song choices and arrangements?
I will tell you this. When I sang Stormy Weather on the first show, I arranged that.
Okay.
A musical director actually suggested the jazz version of Waterfall. And I loved it when he played it for me. I said, that's it. That's fabulous. So yeah, it was all compromised. They were generous. And I was so excited to be out of the bed that I would do anything, you know, to just have that freedom to create. Wow. Let's face it, I couldn't walk. But like I said, doing that lifted my spirits like my friends knew it would do. So it served its purpose. And once I started out there, baby, Jenifer Lewis was on. I had a great time.
Of course, it's a mystery, but you are way too recognizable to hide, at least from my point of view. Even in your clue packages, the way you spoke, nobody delivers a line like you do. And the leg kicking, whether you were injured or not, that the leg kicks, were you surprised that the only panelist to guess you was Ken?
Yeah, he knew me right away. And between me and you, I think out of the 34 million that watched that show, I think 20 million might have known it was me. My voice is so recognizable. And I did go on the internet and the kids were like, that's Auntie. We all know that's Jenifer Lewis. And of course, I couldn't say anything. Each one of them, I want to say, you know it's me. But I couldn't say anything. The only person I told was my assistant and I think one of my sisters, because I wanted it to be a surprise. That's just so fun, you know.
Well, you spoke in the clue package about young people that come to you for advice. Your memoir is called The Mother of Black Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And has that sunk in for you now at this stage of your career? Just how many people you've touched? Have you let that sink in, that how inspiring your story has been?
Let me say this. That's a very good question, first of all. I think I'm taking it in now after the fall. I realize that I survived for a reason. There was a boulder 6 inches from my head when I fell 10 feet. And I'm alive. So I've already conquered the dream of becoming rich and famous. Every time I use that expression, I follow it with, don't ask me for no money. But Now that I've conquered a dream, after that accident, all I want to do is serve. I want to go back to Nairobi to thank those people for saving my life. And I want to take lots of shoes to the kids in schools over there. You understand?
Yeah.
My dedication is to the world now, to have this triumphant testimony. The working title of my third book is Get Up, Get the F-U-C-K Up. Whether, I don't care how you fall, get up. And I've said that a lot this morning, so I don't know if I repeated it, but thank God if I did. Get up. So yeah, I think I'm starting to understand and take that in. And once again, it's a very good question, Denton. I owe, O-W-E, because I got everything I wanted. Very few people can say that. I did the work. My work was more off stage than it was on. I said that in my speech when I got the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. My work was off stage, getting myself together, learning to take care of myself so that I could give to the world. Do you understand?
Wow.
That's my only purpose now. I
That's
just want to
powerful.
serve and help who I can, from mental illness to addiction, to the dysfunction of poverty, to police brutality, to the other madness that's going on in the world, the wars and the dumb shit. I am going to stand in the wind, and I am going to let love in, as much love as possible. That's who I am now. And after the fall, it has been magnified.
Powerful stuff. One of those people that you had influence and advice for, one of my favorite artists. When I was growing up as an 80s and 90s kid, the voice was Whitney Houston. And we all know you played her mother in The Preacher's Wife, but she also came on your film, Nora's Hair Salon. And what does that say about her? Did you just call and say, I got a part for you? It's a minute long. It's an indie movie, and I just want you to be in it. Come and have fun. What do you remember about that scene and having fun with her?
What can I tell you? Because she knew I loved her, she loved me. And I don't think there's anything I could have asked Whitney to do that she wouldn't try, to help or dedicate her time to. Whitney Houston's voice was the eighth wonder of the world. To have been privileged to sit in the pews of that church in Yonkers and witness her sing the genre that she was raised in, gospel. It was like a force of nature, like a tsunami coming at me, or a tornado. You couldn't compare it to anything but a force of nature. It was unbelievable. Every level, every color, every tone, every riff, it just came so natural. So yeah, that was my girl. I loved her very much, and we all miss her so much.
Yeah. And Miss Cleocatra may not have made it onto the Masked Singer Hall of Fame wall with those winners, but you made it to that Walk of Fame. So you have to be pretty happy with that.
I am, darling. It was fun to get voted off. I was like, can I get out of here? I can barely walk. And I still had a little morphine in me. And so I was nodding off, and going, what's going on? What? I'm going home. Who did that? It was just all, I didn't care. I got a chance to have fun. And Nick was great. And what can I tell you? They put Jenifer Lewis in a mask. That in itself is history.
We loved it. Well, Ms. Lewis, such a pleasure to chat with you today. Thanks for sitting down with Gold Derby.
Thank you. You had great questions. I appreciate that.